Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Andy and this video is about how to become a flight attendant in South Africa. So this video is more of a guideline based off of my experience. I don't exactly have every single answer for you guys, so I will just do my best. I decided to become a flight attendant back at the end of 2014. However, I had quite a tough time finding out any information on how to actually go about doing that. So I tried to research, I tried to Google, I tried to YouTube. Most of the vlogs I found were from American flight attendants or Qatar or Emirates flight attendants. And I mean, I love those girls, I love those vlogs, I still watch them today, but they aren't particularly helpful to my situation. So now that I have experienced it, I thought I would make this video for those of you who are interested in doing the same thing. Okay, so let's get started. I'm not going to mention the obvious stuff, like you have to be over the age of 18. Obviously, most airlines want you to be over 21 because by that time you should have certain experience. But most of them don't mind if you're 18 as well. And also you have to have your driver's license. But other than that, let's get into it. Okay. Number 1. In order to become a flight attendant in South Africa, you have to get a cabin crew license from the South African Civil Aviation Authority, otherwise known as the CAA. Now, I know that in America or something, you apply for a job at an airline and they interview you, and if they like you, they train you, well, they offer you a conditional job offer and train you, and once you have passed that, you start working for them. Here in South Africa, you have to get this license first so that you can qualify to apply to jobs at these airlines. It's a little bit backwards, but that's how it's done. So in order to get this license, you have to train and do this 6 or 8 week course at an approved training organization. There's plenty of them around South Africa. I attended Future Flyers in Johannesburg. You can just take your pick and just figure out which one makes you more comfortable, maybe which one is closest to you. Also, because you have to pay for it, think about which one you can actually afford. Especially if you're paying for it yourself and you're quitting your job to do this, take into consideration the price of the course, because they range anywhere from 12 to 30,000 Rand for this 6 or 8 week course. But also, a couple of the schools don't include your medical, which is about 1,000, 2,000 Rand, and also your exam fee, which is another 1,000 or 2,000 Rand. Also think about your accommodation. So if you're not originally from Johannesburg or Cape Town or wherever, think about where you're going to have to stay for 2 months, and also your transport to and from this school. So yeah, do some research, ask each school about their payment structure and all that stuff, and then see which is more comfortable for you and go right ahead. Now, in this course, they will teach you all of your safety and emergency procedures training. They will teach you your firefighting, your aviation medicine, all that kind of stuff that you need to know to be a flight attendant. Once you have passed that course, you will qualify to write your CAA exam. And once you pass your exam, you will be issued your CAA license. Now, once you have your license, it's pretty much gold. It doesn't guarantee you a job, but it's a huge requirement that most airlines expect you to have, so good to have. Good to have. I know that not all airlines expect you to have a license. Airlink specifically, I know, will take you whether you have a license or not. Well, they'll interview you whether you have a license or not, and if you meet their requirements, then they don't mind training you. But most of the airlines in South Africa only want to train you on their company specifics. So it's a good idea to have your license, because then you'll have a wider range of choice and you'll be able to apply to more airlines. Also, just a quick side note, guys, if one of these schools guarantees you a job at SAA after your course, I would be very skeptical. They're not allowed to do that, because even at the Comair Training Center, they can't guarantee you a job at Comair on completion of your course. So these airlines each have their own sort of recruitment processes, and if you don't meet their requirements, there's nothing that the school can do. So, you know, like, don't, I would be very skeptical if somebody guarantees you a job. Um, it's not possible for them to do that. Each airline recruits a certain way, each airline is looking for certain things at a certain time, so just do your license and then just apply everywhere, and you'll eventually get an airline that likes you and that you like. Okay. So, yeah. Now, once you have your license, number 2. I would suggest you get a very good CV made. At our school, we had a lady that actually specialized in aviation cabin crew type of CVs, and I think they were well worth it. We get professional photos made of our head and shoulder shot, and in our full length in the business formal wear stuff. Yeah, and it makes a difference. If you think about it, all these HR departments get thousands of emails a day, thousands of job applications, and if your CV doesn't stand out, guys, they're just gonna keep scrolling because there's so many people applying every day. So yeah, I would definitely invest in a good CV and good professional photos. Once you have your CV made, send them out, take them everywhere, guys, everywhere. It's very, very important because you can't just sit there and expect this job to fall into your lap. It's not going to. This is one of the hardest jobs to get. It took me forever, and I doubted myself. I got so many rejections. But eventually, because I kept on it, somebody saw something that they liked, and I got a call and I got an interview. So just keep going at it. Make sure you don't give up. Yeah. Also, I think a good idea is to go to those open days. You know, those like Qatar and Emirates and whatever other airline open days. That I think it's a good opportunity to meet people who want to do the same thing as you. Also, so that you can see how other people will dress to this kind of interview. If you need like pointers on how to dress for an interview, and how to do your makeup, stuff like that. And then also so that you can get a taste of what kind of questions they might ask you at an interview. It'll help. You've got nothing to lose. Okay, so number 3. I think it's a good idea to get customer service experience. Basically, when I was researching this whole thing, I would look at all the job openings that like Mango had, SAA had back in the day, and most of them would say you must have a CAA license, must have a driver's license, must have at least 1 year's customer service experience. See? Now, I didn't have any customer service experience, and that's why I decided to become a flight attendant in 2014, but I only actually went to my training and started working as a flight attendant this year. So, for the last 3 years, I've been like working at my customer service experience, building it up. I was working at a hotel back home, and that really, really helped me because then I knew like how to deal with people, how to deal with angry people or upset people or happy people, you know. I would know how to work in a team, that kind of stuff. They just want to know that you will be able to actually work with people, because one day you will have an upset passenger who maybe their flight was delayed 4 hours and they missed a meeting or they missed a connection, and they're taking it out on you because you're the face of the company. So you need to be able to handle those kind of situations. You need to be able to handle stress. You need to be able to work well under pressure and not forget anything. You need to be able to work well in a team. They just want to know that you have that kind of experience, guys. If you're still young and just out of school and applying for a cabin crew job, I bet you now they'll tell you, please go and get some customer service experience and then come back to us. So I think it's a good thing to get that out of the way so that you don't have to face that rejection. Okay. Next page. So number 4. Number 4. This is one of the most important points. If you want to be a flight attendant, guys, please learn to swim. I cannot tell you how many flight attendant wannabes I've met who have never even been near a swimming pool. Please, guys, we need you to learn how to swim. during your training, you will have a swimming assessment day. And if you are not seen as a competent swimmer, you will not be allowed to write your CAA exam. So please, if you can swim, don't worry about this. But if you can't swim, if you've never actually had a proper swimming lesson, I would encourage you to invest in 3 or 4 swimming lessons. You don't have to become an Olympic swimmer overnight. You just need to be comfortable in that water. You need to be able to get from one side of a pool to another without any support. Keep in mind, if anything were to happen, you would have a life jacket on, but you need to be able to support yourself just in case. Let's say there was a ditching situation and you can't swim at all. You would make a bad situation so much worse. Because I can swim, but I would freak out just because the plane is in the middle of the ocean. But at least I can help all these other passengers onto these life rafts and everything that I need to do. But if you yourself can't swim, you know, how are you going to help other people? So yeah, we need you to please be comfortable in water. Also, another important thing I want to mention, this is the last point. Tattoos. If you have a visible tattoo while you're in your uniform, so if your tattoo comes up here on the back of your neck, or it's on your wrist, or your hand, or your legs, please get it removed, guys. I know that it sounds kind of mean, but if you really want to be a flight attendant, it's something that you're just going to have to suck up. Airlines will not accept you if you have a visible tattoo, and this isn't just in South Africa, this is all over the world. I think it's very, very helpful for you guys to know right now that they will not tolerate visible tattoos. If you have a tattoo, I don't know, on your butt cheek, on your armpit, then don't worry about that, because no one can see that when you're in your uniform. But if it's on your neck, guys, if it's somewhere very, very visible, please start getting it removed. Also, another thing, please be honest with those airlines, because they will ask you if you have visible tattoos. Definitely they will ask you, and it's not enough to cover it up with makeup. Don't lie to them and say, no, I don't have visible tattoos, because somewhere down the line they will find out that you do have a tattoo, and then they will fire you. So it's better to just be honest with them. If you are currently getting it removed, tell them, I do have a tattoo, but I have 2 more sessions left. It's being removed and it won't even be visible. See, they won't mind that. But if you lie to them and they find out, then it will be done. Okay, so please, guys, get your tattoos removed, or otherwise just don't get tattoos. No, but I would love a tattoo. I need to first pluck up the courage, and then I'll get one in a discreet area, not on my arm. Okay, so that's it, guys. It's really simple. It was just 5 points. I think that it's really, really worth it. If you really want to do this, then I think you can. Just keep in mind that this is a career. It's not just a little part-time job. It's something that you have to invest a lot of time and effort into. But it is really, really worth it. It's really worth it. Because every time that I'm in an airplane in the sky is one of the happiest moments ever for me. That's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching my video. I had such a blast making it. If you liked it, then please give it a thumbs up. And subscribe so that you can see the next time I upload a video. And yeah, leave a suggestion or a question in the comments below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can, or I'll make a video based off of your question. You never know. Okay, thanks, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.